Hey, what's going on, everybody? Junior Baker here with New Level Recruiting. That right there is my guy, Daminon Lewis from Prep Sports Nation. Back to kick off another week of high school football predictions. Not just any other week, man. This is Final Four football in 6A. What's going on, brother?
Hey man, like you said, exciting time, man. Yeah, man, we down to the last four teams, and then we'll get roughly 10 days off, something like that,
Yeah,
before the state title game. So looking forward to some
yeah.
good football, man. Hats off to all the teams that have made it this far. Especially with this challenging season of COVID-19 and everything. So we're jumping down to 6A.
Yes, sir, man. Hold on. Which side you want to start with, man? Because either way, these are going to be two great games on Friday night. Which side you want to start with?
Let's start off with Buford. We really didn't do a lot of games talking about Buford outside of last week when we talked about them with Langston Youth. We really didn't. Not that we were slighting Buford, but I just feel like overall people weren't talking about Buford like that, and they probably liked it because they didn't clean the house.
Less distraction. Less distraction.
You know, they dropped the first game of the year, which was to North Gwinnett. But again, that was their first game of the year. We got to remember, most people's first games, nobody had a traditional summer. Nobody had 7-on-7s. And that was North Gwinnett's second game of the year, I want to say. So they kind of had a one-up. They had the one-up.
Yeah.
Buford ain't looked back since then. All right? And they've been rolling people. And when I say rolling people,
Yep.
the 15 points that they allowed to Langston Hughes last week, that's the most points they've given up all season, bro. And mind you, they had 41, 44 or something
44.
like that offensively.
44.
Yeah. And again, outside of that, I take that back. They, in the loss to North Gwinnett, they gave up 28. But from then on, up until Langston last week, they hadn't given up more than 15 points. Look, Coach Applin plays hard-nosed football, and the thing about it is he's loaded on both sides of the ball. That's the thing about it. They're putting up points on the offense, and they're shutting you down on the defense. And they're doing it consistently, week after week. There's not too many teams that we can say have done that all season long, and they've done it all the way up in here, all the way up into the playoffs. Now, who are they playing? Good old Valdosta. Titletown back in what? They won Titletown. The city won Titletown, 5-6 years ago, something like that. Valdosta hasn't won. Yeah, they haven't won a state title in a minute, but they got a legendary coach now at the helm who, Coach Pross, who was over there with Cole Quick, won him a couple titles there, one in Alabama. Now he's trying to take Valdosta, who, basically he just crossed the street, to coach them. I'll be honest with you, Valdosta, I wasn't that impressed with them this year. I know a lot of people say Pross, once he gets into the playoffs, he's a different man, but they lost to Lee County, they lost to Lowndes, and they lost to his old team, Colquitt. Other than that, if you look at their schedule, they really didn't play the teams that they won. They really didn't play anybody that you're just like, the Warner Robins game, they had to forfeit that one because of the whole Garcia thing, so we can't even count that one. So I'm going to be honest, I'm not sold on, just how good Valdosta may be. We know Prosper's a great coach. We know that. But I don't know. I'm just going to be honest with you. I know we haven't really been picking for the playoffs, but I'm not going to lie, I'm leaning towards Buford on this one. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
You bold, bro. Well, I'm going to say this. When you say that also lost to Lowndes, Colquitt, and who's the other team they lost to?
Lee County.
Yeah, Lee County. Those are powerhouses. Those are all great coach football teams. Great players. Well, all around well programs. But with those losses, it was spotty quarterback play. Garcia played the first two games. Then he had to sit out the next two. Then he transferred. So it's just like you never. they finally got something cemented in there, you know. So Rush had to go back, you know, revamp the game plan and everything. And look what he's done. He's been on a run here ever since. So like you said, Buford took that L in week one, never looked back. But also after the whole Garcia thing was put behind them, they haven't looked back. And, you know, even without Coach Rush, Valdosta is still a perennial powerhouse. Traditionally, they play well in December. That's something you can't look past with Valdosta because they show it's a different team when it comes to December football. The boys show up and they play. Then you add Coach Rush into the fold. You don't know what you're gonna get with that. You know, flipping to the Buford side. We don't talk about Buford because what is there to talk about? It's the same program that they have been running for the last 40 years. 4 yards, a cloud of dust, keep the chains moving. We're going to pound and ground you. We're going to tire that defense out. We're going to make you look crazy, and we're just going to run a score up by doing simple stuff. Nothing fancy about Buford. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm going to say it again until they change something up. Buford just going to beat you up the old school Broad Street bully way. Meet you out in the street, knuckle up, and we're going to see last man standing. So I'm really, really looking forward to this game. You know, outside of Grayson and Norcross, this game right here about Austin Buford might be it might be even better than Norcross Grayson. Might be. But that's my take. You know, you can't slight Valdosta because of the early season mishaps that they had. So,
I got you. Similar to how I feel with the Norcross situation and their. So I feel you, and I'm not taking anything away from Prof. Like you said, he is a great coach. He is definitely a monster when it comes to playoffs. But just on paper, there's nothing to me that says, "Oh, they're gonna come up here and give Buford the business." So.
Find out, man. We're
gonna find out. Good luck to both teams in this one. We'll definitely find out.
Oh yeah, man. Well, there you go. There you have it. Damion is leaning towards Buford.
Leaning.
I'm in the middle of the road. You know, I don't really have a favorite in this game. You know, like I said, we're gonna let Friday night play out. We're gonna let them figure it out for us. I'm Junior Baker with New Level Recruiting. That's my guy, Damion Lewis with Prep Sports Nation. Catch us on the flip side for the other 6A matchup between Westlake visiting Lee County.